In this video, we're going to talk about how to find local maximum and minimum points if you're given a graph. You can see the graph on the right-hand side of your screen, and we want to use that to find any local maximum or minimum values that may occur. So let's first of all kind of talk about what a local maximum point is. Mathematically speaking, it's just a point that's a little bit higher than all the other points in its neighborhood or in the region around it. That neighborhood's actually a mathematical term. I'm not just trying to say something funny. And you can think of a local maximum value as if you lived on a hilltop. If you live on a hill, that means you're a little bit higher than all of the other people around you, or things, trees, whatever. If your house is directly on top of that hill, it's the highest thing in that local area. And so that's really all we're talking about when we say local maximum, is we just want to know points that are higher than all the other points around them. And you can see that that's going to happen right here. It's kind of like we have a little hilltop at the point 1, 2. Now notice the scale on this particular graph. The x-axis scale is every 2 tick marks makes 1, and the y-axis scale, every 1 tick mark is actually referring to 2, so don't let that throw you off. So our local maximum that we can see, or the hilltop, is the point 1, 2. And so we're going to go ahead and label that, and that's actually the only one that we can see. There are no other points that are higher than all the other points around them. And just to kind of visualize this, if you just create what in math is called a neighborhood, by putting a little parenthesis on either side of that point, all of the points inside of this little parenthesis area are going to be lower than that one point at the very top or crest of that hill. So that's what it really means mathematically. But if you're doing this problem, just trying to get it done, it shouldn't take you very long. Just pick out the high points. Same thing with a local minimum. If you live in the very bottom of a valley, that means all of the area land around you is higher than you. And that's the same thing, mathematically speaking, that we're looking for. We're looking for the point that if you create a neighborhood around that point, all of the other points are going to be a little bit higher or greater in value, speaking of y values, than you are. And so the lowest point here, or the local minimum, is going to happen at the point -1, -2. So we can go ahead and label that -1, -2. And that's it. So you can have more than one local max. You can also have more than one local minimum. So if you had multiple points on the graph that were low points, then you would list all of those as local minimums. And if you had multiple points that were high points, you would list all of those as local maximums.